is Maria Fermin, and today I am going to talk about the tequila crisis in 1994. Crisis Tequila was the name given to the Mexican currency crisis in 1994, caused by the strong depreciation of the Mexican peso and the lack of international reserve. The beginning of the crisis underlies the strong public deficit of the Mexican administration in early 1994. This forced the government to launch various instruments and that did not serve to dispel both and lack of the confidence among the international investors. They quickly opted to sell this obligation through employment the international reserve of the National Bank of Mexico. In this way, devaluing the peso and increasing the debt that in turn was backed in dollars. The government's monetary policy was to increase interest rates in order to reduce the flight of dollars from the national bank. To do this, by contradiction, the money supply and counteracting on the other hand, with a revaluation of the Mexican peso, although this policy had zero effect due to distrust and insidious transfer of reserve. The exit of the crisis. The exit of the crisis was the emergency package. The United States intervened quickly by buying pesos from the market to avoid a further devaluation of peso. However, this measure was not enough. U.S. President Bill Clinton asked Congress to send a rescue package. However, various representatives of Congress who had opposed NAFTA saw this crisis as the result of the theater. Congress voted against the approval of valued funds. However, some people within the U.S. Treasury found a legal way to send the value through the Congress, the Currency Stabilization Fund, which did not require the approval of the U.S. Congress. Thus, $20 billion were sent from the United States, to which almost $30 billion more were added, $70 million from the International Monetary Fund, $10 billion from the Bank of International Settlement, $1 billion from the Bank of Canada in form of short-term swaps, and $1 billion more from various Latin American countries. The dollar stabilized at a price of 6 pesos and for the next 2 years before being affected by the 1998 Asian financial crisis. It remained between $7 and $7.7 Mexican pesos. Effects. Mexican business had dollars divided or that related on volume supply from the United States suffered an immediately hit that a massive layoff of employees and several suicides as a result of the both stress. Business was executive attended meetings in the office of then President Cedillo where spared the nightmare of the crisis. As they were warned, they quickly bought a huge amount of dollars and recognized their contracts in pesos. To make matters worse, the devaluation announcement came midweek on a Wednesday, and for the rest of the week, foreign investors went the Mexican market without the government taking any action to prevent or discourage it until the following Monday, when it was already too late. Consequence: the crisis was created by the emergence of overprofits in the short term in the speculative invest area, particular of CETES and tesobonos, issued by the Mexican government to finance the enormous spending during Carlos Salinas de Gortari's 6-year term. This caused an investment attraction in these instruments greater than the real one, which caused them to have an overvalued peso. In turn, this discouraged direct investment, causing a drop in direct and indirect exports. Thank you.